Hello, I'm Dr. Sri Banerjee, core faculty for the College of Health Sciences and Public Policy at Walden University with the joint faculty at Ross University School of Medicine. And I wanted to, today, especially because it's pulmonary hypertension awareness, wanted to talk to you about this. So if you look at, and some of this is partially cut off, but if you take a look at the inferior vena cava, all of that is going with deoxygenated blood. So this is coming in from the superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. So let me draw that for a second. So for those of you listening to this, you'll know what this is. So the deoxygenated blood is going in and going into the right atrium. So this deoxygenated blood is coming from the superior and inferior vena cava. And then it enters into the right atrium. And then you have the tricuspid valve, which then goes into the ventricle. And this is all, just to let you know, this is all deoxygenated blood that is going through. Even though the color is not blue here. So then this goes into the pulmonary artery. Take note that this is where the where part of the disease will lie. So right here, and then we go to the pulmonary vein. Now this has been oxygenated within the lungs. That's roughly about like this. And like this. So this is how it is, and you don't have too much going on except for the normal. So then after the lungs, this is the pulmonary artery, and the pulmonary vein now is bringing in oxygenated blood. So I'm going to try to change the color here. Let's take a look at the color. Okay, anyway. So the oxygenated blood then goes into the left atrium, and then through the mitral valve goes into the ventricle, and then oxygenated blood is going into the aorta, which is a lot of times gets thickened, and then the axillary nerve, brachiocephalic nerve, and the common carotid is going into the neck. And so this is how all of these are functioning, and some of this goes into the coronary artery as well. Anyway, so this is oxygenated blood. So what I wanted to show you first is that how when congestive heart failure takes place. So this is the left ventricle, and if out of what is filling, if 60% of that goes into the aorta, anything 60 and above is considered normal. Now, when you have ejection fractions of 50 or 40, then we're getting into heart failure. So that's an important number to know, the ejection fraction. Now, what is oftentimes neglected is right-sided heart failure. That's left-sided heart failure. But most often this is not talked about as much, and there is a lot of percentage of the pulmonary artery thickening, and so then blood backs up. Mostly in the pulmonary artery that thickening takes place, and that I'll go over in a second. But what starts to happen is this starts to back up. And so once this is backed up, the right atrium, then, when the right ventricle is backed up, then the right atrium is backed up as well. And then the superior vena cava and inferior vena cava gets backed up, and you see ascites. And right-sided heart failure is a bit different than left-sided heart failure, because the left side it is mainly measured, but the right side, a lot of these on the right atrium and right ventricle is not measured. So there could be ascites within the liver, and also backed up into the leg. So I wanted to bring awareness to the fact that pulmonary arteries need to be assessed for right-sided heart failure. And a lot of times when a person has a developed heart failure, inflammatory conditions like even SLE, rheumatoid, or other autoimmune mechanisms can make this thicken this prematurely. And when you have this thickening, then right-sided heart failure takes place. So I hope this brings some awareness of the physiology. I've actually physically, within the cadaver lab, held the heart, and it's interesting to look at the chambers firsthand. I hope this has provided you a brief synopsis. Thank you for listening.